Hi everyone, welcome to Fishing Planet. By no one's request, we are going to do a fishing simulator because people have joked in the past that I should do fishing simulators because I make some of the other simulators reasonably interesting. And I saw this. I've been playing this for about a week now, just under about 5 or 6 days, and I'm actually quite hooked on it. And there's a lot of information and there's a lot of cool features in here. So we're going to start off at the Muddy River, which is, you can read its little bio here, which has got all the nice little things. So it's perfect for catching largemouth bass, white crappies, or you want to catch crappies anyway, redfin pickerel, and if you're good enough, you might even land a catfish, silently lurking deep underwater holes with a river's muddy bottom. There's also bluegill in here, and because I've caught millions of them. But it's one of the maps you can go and look at. You've got a couple of spots where you can go and look at as well. But we also get the time, the day weather forecast, and obviously the activity of the fish. So you can see. So on day one, it's going to be reasonably warm, and about 6 a.m. is going to be where the peak of the fish activity is for the morning, and it's going to die off towards the lunchtime. And it's going to pick up again towards evening when all the insects are on the thing around 4ish. We're currently about 10 o'clock, so we're about here. So the activity is getting a little bit less. So let's just jump in and see what we got. Right, and let me just get rid of the chat for a second. There we go. I'll take you into my inventory. So you start off with your... I've bought all this, don't worry about that. You start off with your basic rod. And we'll start off... Let's just use some bread, because it's one of the cheapest baits we have. Usual hook, a little float, and reel and thing. But what we can do, we can set the float and the bait level. So basically, this is where the float. This will be where the top of the water is. This is where this will be sitting, and then we'll have our bait down here. So I was fishing for catfish, and that's why I had cheese, because catfish love cheese, and you want it to be about 85 to 90 centimeters. So it's sort of dragging along somewhere towards the bottom of the river. But let's just go for about 35, because we're going to go for something like bluefin to begin with, I think, just to show you the ropes. So we'll use, as I say, we'll use some bread, because bluegill, they love it. So what we can do, let's just cast it into around these reed beds somewhere. You can see the little indicator, so let's just try and get that spot on. Brilliant. And then you've got the weight indicator above the weight. So that'll just sit there in the water, and that'll gently float towards us downstream. You can see the water effects in this game are amazing. I'm just going to slowly start bringing some of the reel in, because you don't want it too tense, you don't want it too loose either. With bread, it's not the most exciting thing in the world, but the fishes will nibble at it. And what you want to do is when they start nibbling at it, you'll see the float start twitching. But you don't want to go too early, otherwise you'll scare them away. You need to give the... there you go, it's twitching, it's twitching. You've got to be careful if you're reeling in that you're not actually causing that. I think I'm causing that myself by reeling in slightly. You can see at the bottom, we've got 37 feet of 216 feet available of line out. And in the circle, you can use the mouse wheel to change from actually giving a little bit of more line. So that's 36, 37, and then you can slowly reel it back in, or then I can really start to reel it in if I change my mouse wheel, which changes the reel speed settings, which is quite good. We're probably not going to get anything now that I've said that. It's twitching away, it's twitching away. As I say, we're not coming to the best part of the day, so it's all simulated. Weather, time of the day, the heat, it all is simulating the effect on the fish. Okay, it's twitching, it's twitching, it's twitching. They're nibbling, they're nibbling, they're nibbling. No, they're not interested. Let's bring it in. Let's bring it in and we'll cast somewhere else. Yeah, it's one of those things that there are frustrations. Let's just try around these reed beds here. Let's just plonk it in here. Yeah, that'll do. That's a nice short one there. You can see the speed of the river is quite slow. And that's actually not a very good cast at all because it's actually going away from me. So why I did that, I don't know. Let me just bring that in. That was a meaningless thing. I'm not a fisherman. You can probably tell that. I'm not a fisherman. I'm not somebody who's done fishing in my life at all. But for some reason, this does actually appeal to me. I've spent a lot of time during the week on conference calls, and I've just had this in the background, doing a bit of fishing, chatting to the guys, because you can bring up the HUD there, and you can see other people fishing online as well. And they're good fun to chat to, so you can have that nice little social interaction while you're sitting on the riverbed. Yeah, nothing. Sod's they were biting like anything a minute ago. And now absolutely nothing. The audio and the visuals in this game are phenomenal. They really are. Just look how even the line touching the water causes a disturbance. And some of the fish later on, like the bass, I think, they can actually sense that, and they will be cautious of any disturbance in the water. It is just a matter of patience sometimes. Sometimes they come frequently, sometimes it's few and far between. But at the moment, it's few and far between. So there's a couple of things we could do. We could change the bait type. So let's bring in the bread in, because they're not enjoying the bread, and we can also change the depth at which we fish. So let's change it to worms, because everyone likes worms, yeah. Let's change that to 20. Let's keep it on the surface-ish. I'm going to go back to my reed beds, because these reed beds usually are quite good for getting a decent bloop bloop bloop. Just reel some of that in. And basically what you do, you pay for a license for the day. It's worth mentioning actually before we talk about money. This is a free-to-play game. There we go. You can see he's taking it. So let's give it a snap. We'll catch the fish in there. We'll reel him in. And there we go. Straight away we got ourselves a little bluegill. 0.442 pounds, which is very common. You catch millions of these little blighters. Let's release him. And we got 1 XP for that. So I'm level 3 as you can tell. Well, you can see up there. You can, as I say, it's a free-to-play game, but there is a premium shop, like any other free-to-play game, like War Thunder, where you can buy premium accounts, where you can buy yourself cash, and premium accounts will allow you to level up quicker, give you more experience per catch, and all that kind of thing. But the game is free-to-play. It is free-to-play, and what you do, you get your catch. You can keep so many catches depending on your keep net, etc. And you can sell them at the end of the day, and that gives you in-game money. This is game money that you will just earn from actually doing stuff. You don't have to pay for it, as in credit card transactions. So with that money, you can buy new rods. You can see they do have a level cap on them, so you have to be level 4 to get that rod. Example, you can get different reels. You can get spin reels, cast reels. Different types of line. See, landing net. So that's what I'm looking for. When I hit level 4, I'm going to get myself a nice keep net so I can keep my fish nice and cozy in the water, which allows me to keep more of them, and so I can sell more at the end of the day. Also, outfit. Okay, nothing there. Hooks, all different types of hooks. To fishermen, this will make sense. This makes no sense. They're different sizes. They are all sorts of different things. As a non-fisherman myself, I haven't got a Scooby. I just read this bit and go with it. Bobbers, or floats as we call them in the UK. Lures. Now this is interesting. This is where you get all the little weird and wonderful things. So these are little spooners, and you can see the little kind of they're done with like scale effect, but they're also shiny, so they attract fish. They reflect the light, and they're also designed in a way that they've got a curve, so they sort of woggle through the water. So if you pull it, it looks like a fish swimming, and that's what will tempt a bigger fish to have a go. So you've got all the various different types of little flies, bass jigs as they call them. I don't know what the technical term, well, bass jig probably, but you know what I mean. And we all got different types of bait, which these all cost money. So for bread, for example, is the cheapest. It costs you two in-game pounds for 50 bread baits, and you get dough balls, and it'll give you an explanation of which fish like them and that kind of thing. So you can then go through the insect type. You got worms and grasshoppers, and fresh baits like chopped up fish and stuff. Then you can go for the different areas. You can get the licenses. So we go to California for a day, which will cost us $100. We got $900, so it's not a problem. So yeah, you can literally play this game fully free to play. And up here we've got our inventory, got the shop, we've got our trophies. So I have caught a bass. I got a trophy black crappie, which was quite nice. Got a trophy pumpkin seed, which was quite nice. A white crappie and a little bluegill as well. And I got some saint things for pushing fish back. You don't have to keep your catch, and most of the time I do generally put them back into the river. Anyway, let's go back to the fishing line. We'll try one more time with worms. Let's try out here, and then what we'll do. That wasn't very good. Wasn't a very good cast at all. Then we'll switch to my second rod, because my second rod I have one of those spooners for bass fishing, which should be quite interesting. So we'll probably give this a go. Then we'll try and I'll show you what the spooner does and the difference in technique, which I've learned. I'm not saying I've got the best technique in the world. This is just what I've learned. And if you're gonna have a go at this game, these guys, you can see them chatting in the corner here. Don't be afraid to ask questions, because these guys are really helpful. It's a really friendly community. I jumped in straight away, and people were saying, "Oh, hello, who are you?" Blah 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 blah. And do you need any help? And it was just really nice community. I guess there's people have a lot of time when they're fishing to actually, socialise as well, which is quite nice. It was a very pleasant, because normally you join these kind of, some communities are can be kind of elitism, and if you don't know exactly the basic knowledge that they expect from you, then they kind of snub you. But not these guys. These guys are brilliant. So we'll just see if we get any more action on our worm. Giggity. As I say, we're coming to the end of the day. Well, coming to the end of the day. We're coming to 10:15 in the morning. So the temperature's rising. Fish are now sinking. They don't want to be out in the midday sun. We got a nibble, have we? Or was that just me affecting the line? I think that was just me. Oh, we got nibbles. Nibble, nibble, nibble. You don't want to go. There we go. Snagged. Ah, I went too early and I lost him. I went too early. Okay, one more. Let's just stick this over by these reeds again. The one thing you got to watch for is there is, bits of wood and everything, and detritus in the bottom of the river, and you can snag the line on, underwater logs and stuff. And if you do that, you may lose your line, you may lose your hook and your floats and everything. And in that case, you do actually have to buy a replacement. It's it does. You don't just earn money. There, everything costs. So, in game, the money. This is not actually something you have to shell out for. You just have to earn it in game. So let's bring up some of this reel. Oh, I got it. Let's go on a nice leisurely pace in. So what we'll do after this one, we'll just do a quick go at some bass, see if we can catch a bass, and then it'd be nice to see if we can. I still haven't caught a catfish, so it'd be nice if we could stick a reel in the middle of the in the river, middle of the channel, see if we can get ourselves a catfish. We got the cheese, and they like the cheese because it's smelly. And we sink it to about 90 centimeters depth, which should be, I'm told, the perfect level for those guys. Typical, isn't it? As I say, usually off camera you're catching them left, right and centre. If nothing else, those bluegills. There's millions of them in this river. But we are coming to the unfavourable part of the day, so we might skip on some time. Okay, let's give this up as a bad one. Right, one of the first things, I'll just show you my number 2 rod. Can I go to my number 2 rod, please? Oh, hang on. Yeah, there we go. Let's go to my number 2 rod. This is my number 2 rod. This is what I've bought this with in-game currency. So with my number 2 rod, you can see I've got a silver casting spoon, no bait. You can set that is at 10 centimeters, which it is. We've got a spinning reel, and we've got the various line as well. So this is slightly different, this one. As you can see, we can cast it a lot further. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to cast it behind these boats towards these reeds, and watch. You can see the cast meter on the strength meter on the side. So what I'll do, I'll try and get it between those white lines. That wasn't the greatest cast in the world, but if you watch the float, you'll see it's slightly different. Now, what we want to do is keep that float in the middle somewhere, and come back at a reasonable pace. Let's drop it down a bit. I want to keep it in the middle and just keep reeling it back, retrieving the thing. Let it bob like that. Oh, don't go too low. Oh, we need to speed it up a bit. And that will simulate like a fish swimming. Different technique. We're not going to get anything. Wasn't the best one. We let it drop and hit the bottom to begin with, which wasn't great. So what you want to do is try and bring it back at a leisurely pace. Well, that's not nothing great. So let's just see how we can speed up time. So next hour is T. So let's press T, and it's 10 o'clock. And if you remember, it was about 5 o'clock we wanted to go to. So if we go to about, that'll be 4 o'clock. That'll give us some time to have a bit of practice and coming up to the peak activity hour, which is about 5. Okay, so let's try this again. Let's not cast it in there. Let's cast it down about there, right to our limit. Hoo-yah! Put the casting speed to about there. Okay. And we want to keep it in the middle. Let it bob and weave, just like a normal fish would. Stop and go. So it's getting lots of movement to attract the fish. There we go. Ah, we've snagged. And we've broke our line. Rubbish! One of the dangers of fishing. So, now that we've broken our line, we need to stick another thingy on there. So we've only got one more of these left after this one, so I can't afford to lose. You never lose a you know, like a hook with bread on it. It's always when you've got one of your nice things on there. That's where you always lose. That's just one of those things. Just gonna give a bit, make it twitch a little bit. Hopefully that will catch a bit. Try getting your line unsnagged before. We've lost it. Seriously? Right, we're not going to go over there then. That's where the bass are though, behind that green boat I've found. So we'll go for about there. Let's try and keep it clear of the floor then. Okay, there we go. A nice steady retrieval. And it's snagged. You are joking me. Well, that's a load of BS, to be honest with you. There's no way you would snag that many. That's... Anyway, so what we need to do, we need to buy another one. So, potentially we could buy a gold one. Let's buy a gold one, 15 bucks. They're not at the end of the day. You get 5 of them. So, it's a bit frustrating, but... we can... it's not a big thing. Let's see how the gold one gets on. This should be quite interesting. Right, let's go between the boats. And let's not go as far. Right, let's keep it there. So stop and start just so it gives that little kind of twitchy movement. There you go. Yep, got something. Oh, what we got? What we got? It's quite strong. Here it comes. Hey, a young largemouth bass. There we go. We've got 9 experience for that. 0.9 pounds. 11.7 inches long. That's not bad. We'll keep her. We'll sell that one, definitely. Okay. What I want to do is actually, I've just seen my drag is at 4. I'm going to put my drag down to about 3. Not sure exactly what that is about, but I've been told 3 is where to go. And let's try that again. See if we can get ourselves another one. Obviously the fish are slightly more active now. So let that bob down a bit. Stop and go. Okay, it's a bit of bob and weave. No, I don't think we got anything on this time. So that's okay. Right, okay, so we got ourselves a bass. You know, as you say, you don't get it every time. Let's just switch back and see if we can get a catfish, which would be a nice way to finish. So if we set that to about 90. 90. Cheese is what catfish like. We've got the bobber. Okay, fine, that's grand. So, now if we set this... Oh no, hang on, sorry, I didn't want to do that. If we set this to go... Oh, I got my wrong rod out, sorry. Rod 1, please. That's the one. Yep, cool. I think you can have up to 5 rods, depending on, you know, you can buy yourself a bag as well to hold your rods in, and your bait bag, which allows you to get more. Right, we'll plonk that in there. Now the bait should drop to about 90 centimeters down. I'm not sure if that's twitching because it's touching the bottom, or because something's nibbling at it. I'm not sure. You can see the float is twitching though. Now it could be dragging on the bottom. Let's just wind some of this in. Just going to give that a strike was done too early. So there was something nibbling it. Just leave it there. It looks like there's something still nibbling away. There we go, got something. Pretty sure we got something. Maybe we haven't. No, I don't think we have. It was just a little bit too... I don't know if that's a little bit too long, but let's put it in the middle of the channel, which where the catfish should reside. Alright, it's been nibbled, 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 nibbled. Nibbled, 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 nibbled. You can wait too long. If you don't strike between a certain window, then... Ah, too early again. Too early again. It's difficult. Sometimes you can see, because they'll actually take the float with them, and then it's easy to do to decide when the right time is. But they're definitely, now, 20 past 4, they are definitely getting active. So, shove that in over there. And we'll wait this time. But as I say, you can wait too long. Nibbling away, nibbling away. You can see it twitching away. Come on, take it, take it. I'd rather... I don't want to strike it too early this time again. Now I've got you. Now I've got you. Come on. Come on. What do we have here? A bluegill. You're not my catfish. Anyway, well, the hunt for the catfish goes on. Maybe next time, if anybody wants to see any more of this, we may go and continue to try and get our catfish. But for now, we have another 0.4 pound bluegill. Let's release him. We don't want that one. Yeah, so there we go. This is a beautiful game. The water, look at the water. You can just see as I drop the line in there. How it in. It's lovely. But yeah, absolutely beautiful, and it's a fantastic simulation of fishing. I'm not a fisherman, as I said. I don't ever had the desire to go fishing in real life, to be honest. Maybe when I was a kid, maybe. But I'm really enjoying this game. It's one of those really nice, just for 10 minutes, chill to the end of the day, or if you're just trying to fill 10 minutes before you go out, or you're waiting for a phone call, or waiting for some, just stick this on. It's really relaxing. Get the radio on in the background. Brilliant. Well worth checking out, and it's completely free. So yeah, I'll leave it there, guys. This was Fishing Planet. Let me know your thoughts. This is just a little look-see. I will continue for my quest for that catfish. Keeps eluding me, but bass, no problem. And maybe if anybody wants to see more of this, then we can potentially go and look at some of the other fish and some of the other tackle and equipment we can use. So I'll leave it there. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you next time.